The Philadelphia Eagles have signed two more players today, edge rusher Josh Uche and tight end Harrison Bryant. These are not the flashiest moves, but I do think that both moves could mean something going forward into the future for the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's start with this Josh Uche move because I've seen Eagles Twitter a little mixed on how good this guy is going to be. Some people go as far to say this is a demon waiting to be unlocked, and some people are starting to say this guy is garbage and will be cut before the first game is played. Listen, I think Josh Uche is a fine rotational piece. The Eagles this offseason on their defensive line did lose Milton Williams, Josh Sweat, and likely Brandon Graham to retirement. Those guys and their roles do need to be filled. You're not necessarily going to be able to bring in equal talent and have a star-studded defensive line like we just had in the Super Bowl, but I think Josh Uche brings a little bit of speed as an edge rusher that the Eagles could really use. Obviously, Nolan Smith has that currently for Philly, but Josh Uche has some nice speed to him. In 2022, just a couple years ago, for the Patriots, he had 11 and a half sacks, which, don't get me wrong, it's 3 years ago. Do I think that Josh Uche is going to come in and have 11 and a half sacks for Philly? No, I don't. But do I think he could play a similar role for us as to what Von Miller did for the Buffalo Bills this year on a limited snap size? Go out there, pin your ears back, and speed rush the quarterback over and over and over again? Yeah, I do think that Uche could do that. And I think in that role, he has the ability to succeed. I think that he certainly could go out there and get 3 to 5 sacks this year. And if there's an injury, he's a guy that we could certainly as well go out there and play. I think Josh Uche is a fine piece for this Philadelphia Eagles team. At the end of the day, the main thing I'm focused on is rotational edge rushers, rotational defensive line, how he has a presence on the D line. And I feel like we're about 6 deep now. Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis, Moro Ajomo, Nolan Smith, Jalix Hunt, and Josh Uche. Probably going to draft a lineman. Wouldn't be surprised if we brought in another veteran piece, but Uche brings in a really solid spot. 16.7% pressure rate since 2022, the 6th highest in the NFL. Obviously, some of that has to do with limited snaps, but again, Philly just needs him to be good in a limited role on a 1-year deal. I like it. Harrison Bryant, as of right now, is the 3rd tight end on this roster and probably won't get a lot of play time. He is simply put replacing the Jack Stoll role. However, the Harrison Bryant signing, a guy with a vertical threat and some speed as a receiving tight end, makes me think Dallas Goedert's days could be numbered. Howie Roseman did tell us that this offseason was going to look a little bit different than off seasons in the past. Grant Calcaterra stepped up in a big way in a couple of games last season when Goedert missed time. Goedert is ultimately a much better player, and I would prefer us not to go into next year with a tight end room of Grant Calcaterra and Harrison Bryant. But at the end of the day, Howie Roseman has shown that during this offseason, certain guys he's going to get off of their contract. CJ Gardner-Johnson being one of those guys. If he doesn't view Dallas Goedert as a long-term plan at tight end, I wouldn't be shocked if we saw a move here. I'm hoping it's not a move before a move, but Eagles fans, I want you to keep your eyes peeled for a Dallas Goedert trade because it could be on the way. Those are my thoughts on the 2 signings that we did today. Nothing too spectacular, but I do think Uche could be a solid piece for us. And if Goedert or Calcaterra gets hurt, Harrison Bryant is a decent speed threat at the tight end position. A really solid red zone piece as well, too. So more of a receiving tight end, not as much of a blocking tight end. But again, something that could signal the end is near for Dallas Goedert's tenure in Philadelphia. I know teams like Jacksonville and Cincinnati could really use a guy like Goedert. Maybe he's a piece that we use to move up in the draft to take a Malachi Starks. Bigger picture ahead, Eagles fans. If you love the Eagles and you're not already subscribed to this channel, hit that button, hit the like button. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.